morning, Fergie. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Taylor. All right, Taylor's already got us started off. She's not wasting any time, guys. We got 2 more questions to answer. Happy Monday. Welcome to week 6 of remote learning. Type your answers. Let me know if you guys agree with Taylor, if she's correct. And let me know, is this something that you just knew by heart already because you've seen it plenty of times before? Is it something you had to look up? Just let me know. Let's see what we got here. 36 inches in the yard, 3 feet in the yard. 36. It looks like you guys agree with each other, Taylor and Fergie. I knew because it's basic math 6. What does that mean, basic math 6? Okay, just basic math without the 6. Okay, so I'm assuming you've seen it in earlier grades or you've worked with these units before. Okay, Brian, you're kind of quiet. Please let me know if you agree with the girls. All the questions are answered, so I just need to know if you guys agree with each other. 12 inches is a foot. I'm with the gang. I'm with the fleet. I don't know what that means. Oh, you do agree with them. Okay, Brian. All right, so yes, all 3 of those responses were correct. But would you tell me what you did to find them? Hey, Jesus, how are you? Take a look at those questions and then tell me if you agree with chat, with what they've said. Please tell me how, like, I understand with this one, like if it's something that you remembered in even this one, but this is where I'm really interested in how you got that. I am very interested to know what your choice of method was to find the answer to that one. So you don't have to explain those 2, but please explain this one and how you arrived at your answer. I need something more than I just knew it. Hey, Janelle, how are you? Especially if there are students who didn't intuitively understand what you did. Aren't we supposed to be in Google Meet? Ms. Leggett is using YouTube because I divided the length value by 3. What length value is that? Would you show me some type of expression or equation, please? And anybody else have like a thought process that they want to share? Well, honestly, that's the important part. The important part is the procedure and how you arrive at your answer. Sorry, thank you. All right, I'm taking attendance now, guys, and I know that Fergie, Taylor, and Brian H are here along with Janelle, Jesus, Annalise. Am I missing anybody? Two, 4, 6. Nope, that looks good. Okay. As soon as I get an explanation for this one, guys, we can move on and give you time for 3.2 because once again, I only have one submission and that's just not going to cut it. Hopefully, if you were not with us Thursday, you had time to watch the video because I reset it up. If you did not watch that video or you were not participating in that stream, once the warm-up is done, I need you to watch it. And feel free to use this time, your hour of math today, to watch it. You don't have to watch the whole thing. You could actually fast forward through the warm-up and just get to where I start setting it back up. It did take me the whole period because there was a lot that I needed to explain. There were a lot of attachments that I added. Hi, Brian. How are you? I meant to say multiply the length value by 3. Okay, I still need some type of expression or equation that will tell me what you multiplied and the units that go with those numbers so that they actually mean something. Okay, great. I'm glad you're doing good. My brain can't take this much work. I regret answering. Hey, it's okay. We have other people here. It looks like Fergie's coming to your rescue. I knew how many inches were in the yard. You guys did tell us that. You guys told us that there were 12 inches in every foot. I knew that 3 feet were in a yard. Yes, you guys already told us that too. And so you just multiplied 12 times 3, which gave the answer of 36 inches in a yard. Yeah, what she said. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, nice teamwork. And let's see if we can spread it out, kind of like what we did with the time on, I think it was Monday and Thursday, how we made a mini chart, and it kind of proved our answer to be true. So just give me a minute to change my setup here. And we'll put Fergie's explanation out on, let's see what we got here. Should be good. All right. Very nice, Fergie. Okay, yeah, very nice. Good teamwork, guys. Okay, so Fergie said that she knew that there were 12 inches in 1 foot. So this is kind of what I mean about some type of a expression or equation. Tell me mathematically what you have. Miss Leggett, let's see if we could do more. What? Okay. 12, and I didn't say that, did I? 12 inches, I just want us to explain it and show it in a way that will help students understand, because, you know, kind of like the unit rates, some people just are not sure about what to divide. So with converting back and forth from unit to unit, some people get mixed up also. It's okay, no problem. 12 inches equals 1 foot. Then she also said, she also knows that there are 3 feet in 1 yard. Now we're trying to get from here to here. So she uses this information, all of that combined, to get there. So she says, here we have a foot, and a foot, right? And all together, that's supposed to be 1 yard. But each of those feet is also 12 inches. 12 inches, 12 inches, 12 inches. So see how that's a nice little chart? It's nothing fancy, but it shows you that a yard consists of, and you don't even have to do that, that's kind of sloppy. You could do like, a yard consists of 3 feet, and each foot consists of 12 inches. So you could either add them all up, or what she said, you could do 12 inches times 3, and it equals 36 inches. Here's your equation, or if you left that out, your expression. You could repeatedly add them, or you could take a shortcut and you can multiply. Either way, all right, Taylor, we have to stay on topic, sweetheart. And Annalise, I understand that you prefer it. There are definitely things about it that are better than this. However, the video quality was very poor, and I need you guys to be able to see the lesson when you can't attend the meets, or if you forgot something, I need you to be able to go back and look at it. And I completely lost that day with you guys, as if we never even did it, because that's how poor the video quality was. And I looked it up, and it is a known issue with Google Meet, and they're working on fixing it. So if that actually is completely eradicated and works out fine, then we can try it again. But I cannot afford to lose class videos. The videos are essential to students who cannot make these meetings. Very nice job with the warm-up, guys. At this time, I need you to please go to your classroom assignment of 3.2. Can I please have a yay or nay in the chat if you have started 3.2? I only have one submission, so I would like to use this time to give you to work on it and or to watch the video. So I want you to go to 3.2 in the classwork tab. I'd like you to go to 3.2. I posted more attachments, not since, oh yeah, since Thursday. I put up the video. Okay, there's more attachments to help you out. And there is a setup video from Thursday. Students who were there already participated in that. So if you've already participated in that, you could use it as a resource if you forgot anything. But I need you guys to start this right now. When you start with station number 1 and you go to fill in the table, actually, I could just show you in the book. I don't have to draw it out. Oh, my cat's going crazy. What's your problem? What's the matter? Why are you going nuts? All right. Here, when you start with this station, I need you to definitely fill in this box because you definitely have enough information for this one based on the video setup and the attachments that I shared with you. For this one, I would like you to attempt it, but if you are having a hard time, do not spend more than 10 to 15 minutes on this one because I've ordered the centimeter cubes and the inch cubes, and I'm going to demonstrate this for you. I'm going to demonstrate it for you when they come in the mail, and I'm going to actually take them and put them in this box from the station. So please do not stress over the centimeter box, but definitely do the inch box, okay? Any questions so far? Any questions at all so far? And I only have a couple people who answered me that said no, they did not start it. So start it now, please, so that if you have any questions, you could ask me and we can move on with our lives. Once 3.2 is finished, I posted the homework that follows up with this task and the lesson. It's practice problems 1 through 5, and it's already posted. Please do not do the homework until this is completed and we all feel comfortable with going back and forth comparing units to each other, okay? All right, did I lose some people? You guys are quiet. Hopefully that means you're working. Brian, you don't see what, buddy? 3.2 is old classwork post. This is way overdue at this point, but it is a little challenging based on needing materials. If you look in your classwork tab for our classroom, it says due Thursday, 4:23, 9 a.m. for class stream. This is the one that we were supposed to be looking at together based on student work. But I only have one submission. Yeah, it looks like you were in that stream too when I reset this up. So this is not a different one from the one that you saw, Brian. Do we all understand what's expected of us? Maybe that's the problem. Do you guys understand that it's a task and it's an assignment that's graded that you have to complete? So that I know it's different from the routine that we've had. But we really want you guys to be a part of solving the math and thinking through it, right? There's very little value in a teacher just explicitly direct teaching you. There's very little value in it. I mean, it does have its place. But as far as what you remember and how you're learning, it's definitely ideal for you to attack the math yourself. So do we all understand that we have to complete this task on our own to the best of our ability? Just like if you were in class and I presented a task to you, I don't just tell you how to do it, right? I give you like the first 15 minutes on your own to give it a shot, and then you talk to each other about it, and then we talk about it as a whole group. Okay. All right, guys, let me know if you don't see the task, please. And let me know if you have any questions, please. I need to see more submissions. Once I have a handful of submissions and you guys are comfortable with me sharing your work with other students, then we actually can discuss it. And then we can move on to the homework problems. buddy. What you doing, girl? Still quiet, huh, guys? What's going on? Ooh. Hey, Nathan, how are you, buddy? So, Nathan, we've already completed the warm-up for today. And what I am waiting for are students to submit this assignment on Google Classroom. It was originally due April 23rd. I only have one submission. Today is 4/27. So we are very behind. It's only one task. I am not bombarding you. So I need you guys to pick up the pace. Nathan, it's going to be extremely important that you take a look at the setup video on YouTube from April 23rd. It's attached to the assignment. There are several attachments, actually. Okay, no problem, Taylor. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Nathan, there are several attachments. 2, 4, 6, 8. There's at least 8 attachments that you need in order to complete the assignment. And I go over that in detail from Thursday's video because the first time I set it up, I don't think that I went into enough detail. So that's basically what I need you guys to do. If you do not participate in Thursday's class, you have to watch the setup and you have to take whatever time you give to do your math work, you have to take the time to get this assignment done because this is what the new assignment is. And once it's done, you have homework problems now that I've attached as well. All right, we got to move. You can't stay still. Some of you are still catching up, and that's not a problem. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed because Monday and Thursday will be the new material. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday will be a chance and time for you guys to make up work. So everyone can be successful here. No stress. Thank you, Nathan. And hi, Kareen. I have nothing to measure. So you don't have any ruler or anything like that, buddy? How about an online ruler? And which one are you speaking of right now? Because you don't need a ruler for station number 1. You do need one for station number 2 when you decide what to measure. Okay, so let's try this. For station number 2, what's your shoe size? Or maybe an adult shoe size in your house. Like, what's the largest shoe size in the house? And tell me if it's men's or women. Believe it or not, this will give you a good estimate, like a 7 or an 8. How about the adults in the family? Do you know what the highest is for there? Because the closer you could get, like, okay, a men's 7 or 8, is that the highest in the house? Yes? Okay. So what I want you to do, and it might seem a little silly, but it should work. Take the shoe and use it as your ruler. And because I've actually tried some of, oops, sorry, Bailey. I've actually tried this sometimes, just when I'm estimating out in public. If I had to estimate, you could use your actual feet. So if you use the sneaker, now this is not going to look cute, okay? I'm not good at drawing. And I'm not really going to take the time to make a nice looking shoe. So if we have this shoe here, right, with whatever, and let's pretend you wanted to measure this table. There's a table in the house, and you decided you wanted to measure it. Use the shoe, but just leave a tiny bit of space in between each one. And then keep putting the shoe, like mark it, like put the shoe down, mark it, leave some space, put the shoe, mark it, leave some space, leave the shoe, and count how many shoes. And when you're finished counting how many shoes, that's going to be your estimate for how many feet. And it will go right here. And then you're going to leave this one, for this one, you can go into Google and let's pretend this number, let's pretend it was 7.5 shoes. Then you're going to go to Google and you're going to say 7.5 feet is how many meters, and then you're going to put that answer right there. Okay? No problem. You got to improvise, right? It's going to be a little bit off, but that's okay. We're working with what we've got. And it is a way of measuring. All right, let's see. I don't get number 1. Okay. Jesus, before I answer number 1, what about measuring tape in the house? Like, you guys have a toolbox, and then you have this measuring tape inside. It snaps back. You don't have this either? A lot of toolboxes come with that. It's pretty standard. Okay, no. Okay, how about in a sewing kit? There's this measuring tape that's very flexible, like almost like paper. Do I unsubmit it? Hold on, Kareem, don't do that yet. Did you take the time to update it before you resubmitted it? Jesus, did you watch the video when I set up the task? Because I go over each station very thoroughly. And you were there, it says. You were there during that video. He said, kinda. Okay, so Kareem, pull the assignment back, unsubmit it, look it over, and make sure that you went by everything that I said in the video. Yeah, see, Kareem, it doesn't, unless I missed your name, you were not there when I reset it up. You've got to watch the video from 423 when I set the video up again. I mean, the task up again. So pull it back and take a look at the video to see if there's anything that you have to update, please. I feel stupid. Okay, thank you for that. So Annalise and Janelli, I wanted to know if you answered with the 9.5 and 10 men's shoe, because you're in the same boat as Jesus, where you do not have a measuring tape from a sewing kit or a toolkit, and you do not have a ruler. Is that true? I can't find my measuring tape. Okay, but did you ask your family? Because a lot of times I might not know where something is, but if I ask the people I live with, okay, well, did you guys ask the people you live with? Because they might know. We have to try to exhaust all options before we say, okay, let's use the shoes. Okay, so if your family also says, no, we don't have it, or no, I don't know where it is, then yes, please use the shoe. And I'm gonna say that for the 9.5 men's and the 10 men's, you do not have to leave as much room as Jesus does, because that shoe is smaller. Yours will be closer to accurate. So you could leave maybe like a finger's worth of space, but he's gonna have to use maybe like 3 fingers or 4 fingers worth of space in between. They don't know either. Okay, no problem. So you also, anybody that is in that situation, if you have anywhere from like, obviously the longer the shoe, the better. And a 10 gets very close to a foot. So if you have something less than a size 10, 9.5 should also be good. You're gonna have to leave some space in between. But girls, you don't have to really do that too much. Maybe just like a finger. And then you'd still be able to answer the question. Really, the point is to compare a foot and a meter. In the end, they're gonna ask you to compare which one is actually larger. Okay, Kareem, what's the highest shoe size in the house? No tape measure either from a toolkit or a sewing kit? No tape measure at all. Okay. All right. What's the highest shoe size in the house? Do you mean my shoe size or my family's? I mean the largest in the house. Because the closer you get to a shoe size of 10 or higher, the closer you get to an actual foot. And then if they're willing to let you borrow it to measure, it would help. How do we measure something by a meter? Okay, so for the meter, once you know how many shoes it was, that's your feet. Go into Google and say, Google, how many meters is 7.5 feet, or how many meters is 8 feet, and then you could plug that number in. And that's only because we don't have meter sticks. Okay. The shoe size is in the shoe typically. It'll say a number inside the shoe or on the bottom of the shoe or on the tongue of the shoe. There's usually some type of US number telling you what the size of the shoe is. The closer you could get to a 12, the better. No, oh, okay, never mind. I answered that already. Still doing class stream work. Okay, great. Thank you. We do have only 5 minutes left. So let me just check in. Kareem, did you find the shoe size on one of the shoes yet? Or are we still looking into that? And then does anybody else have questions yet? So my dad's shoe is 11. How do we put it in? Do we put it in like 11 feet and search up? No. So that's actually really good. So what you're going to do is you're going to use his shoe to measure like as if it's a ruler. And you don't have to leave any space. Just do shoe to shoe to shoe to shoe to shoe for whatever it is you're measuring. And then that's how many feet that item is. So let's pretend this was a sofa and you wanted to measure one of your sofas. You would take your dad's shoe, the same shoe. Don't use multiple shoes. Use the same shoe. Line it up to measure how far it goes. Hold the spot. Pick the shoe up and put it back, right? Hold the spot, put the shoe, put it back to back to back to back with no gaps. And let's pretend it took 10 shoes. Then for you, it's going to be 10 feet. And then you can say, okay, how many meters is 10 feet in Google? Okay. Does that make sense? You're going to use the shoe as the ruler and it's going to be your foot. Does anyone else have any questions? We're at the 2-minute warning mark. Please remember 2 things. If you get stuck on any of the stations, simply watch the video from 423 attached so that you see how I set up each station. Number 2, when you submit your work, please tell me at the top, yes, I would like to share my work with the class. No, I would not like to share my work with the class. That will tell me whose work you're okay with me sharing and discussing with you guys. What am I going to measure? That's your choice. If you take a look at the video that I set up, I gave examples of what you could measure. What you have to do is you have to pick something for here that's long enough, like a dining room table, a sofa, a car, a sign on the sidewalk, large, tall cabinets that hold like dishes and trinkets and things like that. Any of that. I don't know what LGTG means. You're just gonna note that, Brian, on your work when you submit it so that I know not to use that work to share. What am I going? Okay. Kareem, I hope I answered your question. Folks, it is 10 o'clock. We're going to be ending stream. I can take any last questions that you have before ending. Okay, no problem. So how far it can go is the answer. How many shoes it takes to get to the end of the item is how many feet you will put in the box, and then what you will search, how many meters is that? All right, does that make sense now? Okay, cool. All right, so one more time, I'm going to ask if there's any last minute questions, and if not, then I will see you guys. If you are all caught up with your work and you do not have any questions, I will see you Thursday at the same time, 9 a.m. If you have makeup work to complete or you have questions on this assignment, I will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Okay, ciao, ciao. Thank you guys for joining and asking these questions. Makes me feel a little bit better that the task is going to get done. And I honestly really do need your involvement, so it can't happen without you. So thank you. All right, guys. Till next time.